a video like this doesn't come very often. What do I mean by that? I really honestly don't know. But anyway, last year, like literally a year ago, I started watching on this channel Friendship is Tragic, which, oh yeah, I've talked about this thing for so many times. Yeah, I know. But I started watching it because it was my Brony Anniversary, my Brony birthday, if you will. So basically, I wanted to do something special for that day. So I ended up watching MLP stuff the whole entire day. You know, it was a full year, my first full year of being a Brony. So, you know, I wanted to rewatch Friendship is Tragic. So for this year right here marks my second ever Brony Anniversary. Count them, 1, 2. That is plural, bro. That is plural. But pretty much I did the same thing I did last year. Just watched a whole bunch of MLP stuff. And, you know, I wanted to end off this second year with watching the finale of Tales of the Lost Narrator with you guys, you know? Just a nice little send-off, a horrific send-off, one that will get me with lots of emotions like screaming, pain, emotional damage, screaming, hatred, pure hatred. I don't know what this video is about to be like, but hey.
Warning. The following reading contains subject matter that some listeners might find disturbing or difficult to hear.
I know.
Listener discretion is advised.
My cat just knocked at the door. I'm like, who's there? It's my cat! Insidious on Inktober. That opening is so freaking cool. Just, you can see it with the oomph. I'm both scared and not scared at the same time. God, already starting off with horrifying stuff. That was quick.
I try to draw in a ragged breath, try and cry out, but the pain consumes and overwhelms me. My eyes reflectively close against the otherworldly pain as the tendrils hold me aloft and tear into my flesh anew. They pale in comparison, though, to the undulating, rotating mass, drilling and contorting inside my chest as it plunges deeper within it. I can't gather my thoughts against the ripping pain infusing and surrounding me.
Bro, the contrast between what we're watching and the question, do you guys, I don't know, do you guys think werewolves are furries? I mean, furry is more of a community thing. Oh my god, bro. I mean, furry is more of a community thing. Hold on, let's pull up the definition of a furry. Furry definition. Covered with fur. The furry fandom is a subculture interested in anthropomorphic animal characters. Examples of anthropomorphic attributes include exhibiting human intelligence and facial expressions, speaking, walking on two legs, and wearing clothes. Well, I mean, depends on what definition of furry you would like to use, honestly.
Oh, no, curse word. You don't get to hide from this.
Ink
you don't get to
barks
hide
into
from
my
the
face.
werewolf furries.
The coils beneath my eyelids shift and harden in an instant. With a sickening wet snip, my eyelids fly through the air. My vision returned against my will to the horror before me. The sights and sensations overwhelm me as guttural screams echo into obscurity.
Ink, let her go! You're killing her!
I think she's doing more than killing.
Clearly in my head, my eyes snapping away from the macabre vision before me, towards her voice. No, Mag, run! Don't let her get... No! She reaches through the midnight black bars, crumpled against her prison, as she wails my name. The inky bird cage shifts around her as she extends her hoof as far as she can reach, and tears cascade down her muzzle. Tendrils snake around the exposed bones in my limbs, slicing tendons and muscle with ease. There's no release or respite, and my concept of time shatters with my mind as the litany of pain amplifies.
What even is time?
The smell of rancid decay violates my flared nostrils, and decaying flesh joins the pristine viscera that carpets the floor. As my body
this narration is going insane.
The horror seeps into every nerve, every fiber, as realization burns through the fog of pain in my mind. My body keeps regenerating. This can go on.
It's
forever if
it's
she
eternal
wants it
torture.
to. Cold sweat breaks through the few patches of fur that haven't come back patchy or rancid. New fear gripping me.
You cannot deny who you are, curse word.
Oh, that's
the cracked
a new
and
thing
broken
on the
surface
right.
makes rasping noises as the leather mask taunts me. A yellow aura holding it before my face.
This is the monster you are. The lost narrator, reader of stories, and damner of souls. But something's missing. Oh,
well, at least
wait.
I'm not damned yet.
I know.
The tendrils tense and contort, pulling my body taut into a standing position as my vision blurs to red. This excruciating pain reaches levels no mortal pony could survive. My mind's fracturing under the unrelenting misery of 1,000 eternities. The red bleeds through my vision, and I am greeted by the moronic stitched smile and shining gaze of the leather mask. Her taunting laughter accompanies its stoic descent.
I don't have any mask.
Comes to rest on my snout, and a single coil slowly pushes it into place. I can feel my rotten flesh extend and caress its broken and weathered surface, fusing and melting into the leather. It's a calming, welcoming presence in this new world of agony and torment.
And that's for you!
My bleary mind struggles to focus.
I guess she can.
As I turn my head in Mag's direction, the vicious mass lunges towards her in the cage.
You really are a whore, aren't you?
Ink screams at Mag, lashing a tendril at the cage. Mag yelps in fear, and adrenaline floods my broken frame. I struggle against the coils, but they intertwine and contract around my limbs, locking me into place. I try to force my muzzle open, to scream out, but my mask is sewn shut, muting me. The cage around Mag shifts and flashes before transmuting into brass. She shrinks back against the bars.
It's more like
a
gold
wounded bird
brass,
confined to her cramped cell.
Let her go.
Then again, brass is yellow.
You already have me. What more do you want?
It's a lot of yellow.
I want my little bird to behave like a proper mare, not a common whore. How dare you? How dare you press
And
your
Ink Dye, I want you
son?
to just be stupid. Stop, you know?
Could you? How could you do this to me? After all I've done and sacrificed for you!
Oh, what have you
Mag
done? What have you done? What actually have you done? Worked 2 jobs? That's all I've heard from. I haven't even seen you work 2 jobs. That's all I've heard from. That's literally all I've heard that you've done, in quotation marks. But see, this is what you've done. This is what you've done. You have tortured 2 souls. Literally, you have caused so much hurt. You have literally done so much bad things, and you're like, look at how much I've sacrificed. You are a pencil that has been chewed on. You are such a rancid chicken nugget that's been sitting on the sidewalk in dirty gum. God.
And our eyes lock for a brief moment. Fear and desperation engulf her lilac orbs. They begin to fill with tears as she looks up into Ink's monstrous face.
Ink,
She has an apple on
you're
her
right.
face.
I'm yours. I've always been yours. I never know what's best for me, but you do. You always have. This is my fault.
Instantly, I struggle against the coils. What the fuck is
Keep
she talking
struggling.
about? Ink's liquidy face calms and stills as she peers at Mag
Magpie is probably
suspiciously.
playing her like a fiddle.
Oh, is that so? It's your fault. I'm glad you can finally admit what I've known all along. You were the one who caused all this. Your stupidity
And you're the one who
and
acted upon it.
ignorance. That's what got my
She didn't
full
cause
guilt
nothing.
when you used her.
I never meant for that to happen. I just wanted to.
No, Magpie! You used Curse Word and her sinister talent to kill my son! A talent she wasn't aware of until you came along!
Mag's eyes widen.
Need I say it again? You finished the job. You killed the son. It was you. You finished the job. You finished. I'm getting too heated, man. I'm getting too heated, man.
In shock and horror,
I'm getting too
as Ink's
heated.
voice becomes even more shrill.
Oh, Celestia! That story became so tiresome after the first 200 years. How you used her, how you betrayed her.
Mag leans back against the bars as Ink's words strike with the force of a sledgehammer.
Your idea of revenge was just so pathetic. You were the one who set everything into motion, going so far as to trick my son into purposely angering Curse Word that day. It's because of you and your actions that I have been damned to this. My pain is on you and you alone.
Nah, don't believe
Mag
it. Don't believe it.
Used me? My world shifts and turns.
Oh,
Everything
no.
I thought I knew shatters as the new pieces click into place. The cult, that mayor, Mag, acting so distant. Clarity overwhelms and bombards my mind with even more questions. I hyperextend my jaw, loosening the stitching, and one of the many cords snap. Mag, please! I need to talk to you! Listen to me! Mag's eyes lock on the ground, her head hanging low.
You're right. I'm the one who did this. I betrayed her.
Her shoulders tremble as tears stream down her face.
At least I got to see her one more time. To kiss her.
Mag's voice trails off abruptly, though,
Yeah.
as her body tenses. Her right hoof raises to her muzzle, and her ears swivel back.
What?
I got no commentary for this.
A chortle breaks the silence as choking, panicked screams erupt from the cage.
Oh, that is,
Well, we won't have to worry about that anymore. Will we, my little bird?
Mag's eyes bulge with terror as her hooves claw desperately at her muzzle. Waxen, undulating skin dribbles down her face and over her lips. The strands of liquefied
lips.
flesh knitting and fusing together. A doll's mouth being sewn up by her owner. To be seen, not heard. The last ropes of hide bind into place, dissolving into an unbroken plane of fur.
I will
as
never
if
look
no
at my
mouth
pen the
had
same
ever
way
existed.
ever again.
She runs a trembling hoof over the flawless fur. Muffled screams emanate
Dude, I'm gonna
from
look
her
at a
throat
pen
as
or like a
ink dye
pile of ink,
cackles
and I'm just gonna run
manically.
away.
Now, isn't that better? You can't talk back if you don't have a mouth. You still don't get it, my little bird. I'm going to teach you to behave, and I will take all the time I need. My love will mold you, bring you back to what you're supposed to be. Soon, you will realize that loving curse word was the biggest mistake of your life.
The sound of magic and ripping cords
I think the biggest mistake of Magpie's
My
life
coiled
is
form
beating
explodes
you.
in magical fury, and
Ink
moments
die.
later, I reappear beside that bitch. My back hooves
Yes,
extend,
that batch
connecting
of
with
milk.
Ink's shocked expression as her head turns towards the sound of my magic. My front hooves brace and bite into the floor. I channel all my rage and hatred into a double
All that
fuck
rage
into
and
her
hatred.
muzzle. With enough force to fell a tree, I connect, and I am rewarded with a shrill scream as that cunt goes flying, swooshing and flailing through the air. She impacts hard over 30 feet away, colliding with the floor in a wet thud and exploding into a shower of black rain.
Let's punch her 99,000 more times.
Pissing me off was, you bitch! As my hindquarters
Damn
retract, I shift my center of gravity, pivoting on my front hooves. I glance at Mag's crumpled body as my head whips around and then charges towards the inky pool as it rises and fuses into a familiar form. My hooves pound against
Is it
the
time
hard,
to blast her
murky
into
floor,
the next
and my
dimension?
horn glows with crimson fury. As Ink's eyes ignite piss yellow within her stupid fucking face, I let loose a magical surge. The bloody bolt hurling towards that annoying grin. Her body liquefies and showers to
Let
the floor,
her crumble.
dodging the blast seconds before it strikes, as her laughter echoes around me.
Dang it,
I skid to a halt, whipping my neck left to right, searching for the bitch. Only the small whimpers of Mag trying to pry open her mouth echo in the darkness as the laughter fades.
It's invisible.
Stop fucking hiding and fight me, you pussy! One monster to another!
True.
Let's see who's got the bigger pair!
A monster? Me?
Why are you laughing? You're an actual idiot. Like seriously though, like Ink Dye is a literal idiot. You have done so many things that is so much worse than what Curse Word or Magpie had done. Like, sure, damning a lot of souls, yes, that is pretty bad. Manipulating your mare friend, that's also pretty bad. But look at you! You squeaky, bro.
My looks may be deceiving, but I can assure you, I am nowhere near as despicable, as vile as you.
A geyser
Enter
of ink spews
Squidward
into the air
sarcastic
before me,
clip.
and I am greeted with that smug shit-eating grin as that bitch steps out of it. Could have fooled me! My instincts kick into overdrive as I lunge at her, my right hoof making contact with her chest. Her silky surface ripples slightly, my hoof passing through like water. I jump back, narrowing my eyes, and watch her as she smugly grins
What we
at me.
need is a cannon.
Look at you.
A
You only
pirate
know how to
ship.
solve your
Pirate
problems
ship
with
cannon.
violence. Nothing but brute force. Trying to hurt me, or any pony for that matter, at the drop of a bit.
But you deserve
It's
to be
no
hurt, Ink
wonder
Dye.
Magpie used you to enact her little revenge plan.
You leave her the fuck alone! All you ever did was hurt her!
And you didn't? Oh, how it killed her on the inside. Helpless as you spiraled further and further into darkness and depravity, watching as the monster you are rose to the surface.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about,
Unbeknownst
Ink Dye?
to you, Magpie has been watching you this whole time. When
Yeah.
you cursed her all those
Yeah.
years ago, I saved her, placing her in this realm to protect her from you. We both watched as you gave into your heinous ways.
Actually, yeah, how did Ink Dye get her into the inky void? I don't think that's ever like explained. Either I might also just being stupid and I missed something. But I don't actually know how Ink Dye kind of just put her in the void.
Slaughtering all those innocent ponies. And don't lie and say they were bad ponies who needed to be punished. We saw it, my little bird and I. And them. You became indiscriminate, slaughtering all those who crossed your path, just as any true monster would.
It takes a fucking monster to know one.
But
True.
you see, I am not a monster.
I'm not
My
a monster
current state was
either. Oh
never
god,
by
am I a
choice,
monster?
curse
Oh no.
word. I was forced to watch you kill them all, then watch her deceive them, each and every soul, all in the hopes of restoring you. Nearly 100,000 souls, in groups, pairs, or alone,
100,000.
led like lambs to your loving slaughter. If anyone is deserving of that redemption, it should be me. Both your hooves are stained with their blood. I was forced to kill my own son. I was sent to that horrendous prison.
I'm not gonna even
Little
say
did the
anything.
rest of Equestria know what dark experiments were being performed on the ponies in there. The pain, the years of fear and shame, indignities and horrors you cannot fathom. Let's just say,
Horrors you cannot fathom. Horrors you cannot fathom. I think curse word can fathom the horror. I mean, have you and I been experiencing the same story? Cause like, I'm making too many noises this video, man. I'm making so many
the
noises.
magic-infused chemicals they injected into me did wonders for my looks.
Ink spreads her quill-like wings, and tendrils whip
I was about to say
violently into
something
the
real
dismal
weird, man.
void.
I stopped
My
myself though.
transformation into this monster is not of my own doing. It never was. But you? Well, your outside just reflects what was already festering on the inside.
At least I don't pretend to love some pony. At least I never fucking abused her! I roar as I charge at her. Tendrils spiral out from her sides, striking with lightning speed as they form into a club. The ebony mass strikes me from beneath
Ebony.
like an iron, smashing into my barrel and knocking the wind from my
I
lungs.
think I remember this
my
artwork.
legs give way, and I collapse on the floor.
I loved her more than your simple little mind could ever comprehend. I only
Simple?
wanted what was best for her, even if she didn't realize it
Ink
at
Guy,
the
you're
time.
the one with a simple mind.
Sometimes it takes it from Hoof to
Actually,
show
less than
her
simple.
how much I love her.
You don't have a brain, Ink Guy.
Pure, unbridled rage detonates within my chest. My blood boils and surges, engorging my rotten flesh and powering my strikes as hooves reach out, flailing furiously, but only passing through black sludge. I will scratch this bitch's eyeballs out! A
Damn
smug
straight, you
turtle
knew
taunts
that.
me as
You
more
knew that,
tendrils
girl.
whip out from behind her frame, striking to counter my every blow, mocking me, toying with me.
I was the complete package. I had everything a mare could ever dream of. A career that involved the royalty, an extraordinary home,
A
the
career
astounding
that
luxury, the
involved
elusive
the
social
royalty?
status. A mare would have to be a complete idiot to not want me.
I bow forward and crash to my knees as the tendrils finally let up their attack, the last of my strength failing as I crumple onto my side.
You cannot deny the fact that when she and I first met, there were sparks. I recall the look in her eyes when she first saw me. The desire, the lust. She wanted it.
This is where I go get some milk to be angry at Ink Dye for.
Wanted it just as badly as I did. So I gave it to her. I gave her all of myself.
A faint cry breaks Ink's concentration. She turns towards Mag's cage, my gaze following hers. The outline of Mag's pink coat contrasts against the now barely visible cage. Ink turns her gaze back to me, shifting her back to the cage.
Just to hear her again, like that. It's so intoxicating. Exquisite.
What
Don't you
are
agree?
you?
No,
what
it's fucked up
are
to even
you?
think of her like that.
But didn't the numerous,
Oh, my E
endless
fell off.
ponies you massacred moan for mercy?
Ink's penetrating sneer reveals the depth of
my E
depravity
fell off.
within. A portal laid
no.
open to the demented thoughts that
put
play
it there
beneath
for
the
him.
calm exterior. I swallow hard, hesitating to answer the question.
A scream cut short by swift pain. The whimpers lingering in your ears as they cower and beg, pleading for some kind of mercy.
You got some twist
The
up
feeling
fetish.
of power, control, having their lives under your hoof, twisting their will to your own satisfaction. It must have excited you, curse word. What you did was a mere shadow of our love. My little bird and I, her pain was pure, unfettered, and raw. I provided all she could ever need or desire. I gave her existence meaning. That was, at least until she became confused, strayed away from her purpose, forsaking our
You
love.
are the most confused
I mean-
pony ever.
How?
Ink cranes her neck, her face lowering to eye level with me as my breath comes in ragged gasps. A hoof gingerly caresses the worn leather of my mask as I try to turn away,
caressing,
but her
please.
hoof holds my chin firmly in place.
How could she try to replace me with something like you? A common pony with such a crass, ill-behaved, and unrefined demeanor. A pony who literally uses her own sorrow as a crutch to justify her immortal deeds. I think after all's accounted, you are by far the greatest insult. Even after all these years, she still does
I
not
need insults,
understand
Frank.
what
I need
love
more
really
insults.
is.
Ink leans in close.
Insults. Insults. I just came up with another pun. I came up with a pun. I came up with a pun that I didn't steal from a 5-year-old Failboat Splatoon 2 video. Yes, man. Let's go.
Close. Her
We're
chemical
learning, boys.
breath washes over my muzzle. Faint trickles of ink drip within her skull. Black droplets rolling down the sickly yellow windows of her corrupted soul.
Very
Love is
corrupted.
the pure biological need to satisfy our own ravenous urges. There is no greater truth.
What the heck?
Azure light blooms and expands, banishing the darkness and framing ink dye's twisted form. The intensity of the light waxes, causing ink to raise a hoof in the phase of its blazing intensity. I squint, trying to adjust to the light
is
as a
this is
single
a good light,
determined
right?
voice rings out.
Let her go!
Good light. Yes.
A thunderclap ignites,
Explode the
and the
beach.
brass cage erupts into shrapnel.
Yes.
And Mag appears from thin air, standing between Ink and me. Tall and proud,
Is it happening
she
now?
radiates a cerulean brilliance.
Is it happening
How
now?
did you even?
Let her go, Ink!
Yes.
What do you think you're doing?
I am not your little bird.
Blast her.
Yes, you
Blast
are.
her.
You will always be my little.
I'm not some thing. An object you can toy with and control. I was twice your size when we were together. The
Damn.
horrible, fucked up shit you put me through. Did you honestly expect me to come back to you? To love you again?
You're such a petulant child, Magpie. You never did know what was best for you, for us.
Just blast her.
us?
Just
Really?
blast. She's lost. Just
It's
blast her.
always been about you, Ink. It was never about what I wanted, what I needed, or even what I felt. Do you even know how bad you broke me? How wounded I was after I ran away from you? I couldn't trust any pony. I honestly thought I was too broken, too damaged to ever love or be loved. It was all because of you. Kersey was the one who put me back together.
Why do you still put your faith, your love in this abomination?
Because I know deep down inside she is not a monster.
She's
You're
the exact
right.
opposite.
We did watch her kill those ponies, but you love to omit one fact. Curse wept after she killed them. At least in the beginning, before she turned numb to it all. She only did it because she thought it was her lot in life, that she was supposed to be this monster.
Fake.
You've had a darkness inside you from the very start. You feel nothing.
We're
Not
born
remorse
this way,
nor
I
love.
guess.
Only sadistic satisfaction for the pain you cause. No matter how much you torture her,
Ink
torture
Eye is
us,
the worst type
our
of
love
monster.
will always be stronger. Stronger than anything you could ever throw at us. I've been cowering and afraid of you for too long. This ends now, Ink. I'm not your puppet, your rag doll, your punching bag, or your fucking little bird. I am Magpie, and I will always love my curse.
Damn it, this is
Mag's
the part.
voice
Damn it.
breaks as her body arches and muscles tense. Ruby droplets burble up from her lips and shower down upon the darkened ground. A wet sucking sound accompanies the slow, torturous retraction of the ebony spike lodged in her chest. My heart thuds in my ears as the world slows, her graceful pink form falling from space like a puppet with its strings suddenly cut. A loud
lavender.
thud, empty and hollow, reverberates as she strikes the floor, unmoving and limp. The pit of my stomach drops as my world spirals and implodes.
God,
My thoughts
remember
are
this so bad.
stifled by the sight of her, of my...
I guess
Beloved.
it wasn't really you I loved. It was this feeling, this force, this control.
Mag!
Enjoy her while you still can, curse word.
Is this the time where we finally
Laughter
kill
echoes
this,
into the
kill this
void
thing?
as her body dissolves into the darkness. I grit my teeth as I pull Mag close, running a hoof through her mane. A soft, pained moan escapes her lips. The warm cerulean glow that once blazed brightly around her
Music box.
has been extinguished. Her body left worn and bruised. Ink blotches cover her entire being.
Kersey.
Shh. It's okay. I'm here now.
It's gonna be alright.
Mag's breath comes shallow and ragged as she attempts to pull herself up. I place a steady hoof gently on her chest, forcing her to relax within my embrace. The lack of strength
Breathe in, breathe
and how
out.
easily she falls back terrifies me.
No. You need to get away from here.
Even within her current state,
We're not
she's
leaving
still
her.
trying to protect me from this horrible mess. This mess that she set into motion. She pushes my hoof aside and painstakingly props herself upright, taking advantage of my frantic mind as it's finally able to comb over all the details that I've been so blind to for so long. All
just
I
can't
had ever
commentate
hoped
over
for
this.
was to find her one day and to finally be with her again to right my wrongs. The perfect idealized version of her was the only thing I had to hold on to during those 900 plus years of desperation and
900,
despair.
Man. Oh,
When
man.
did I lose sight of who she really was? Or was she always like this, and I was blind from the beginning? Time seems to make you grow fond of only the good memories, and that pedestal that I placed her upon, it's all come crashing down. Fear and doubt claw at my heart. But as I watch her struggle to sit, to breathe, I can't help but want to protect this flawed mare, to be with her, to love her. Ink.
Keep loving, keep loving.
She did so many things, so many horrible and terrible things to her. I take her hooves into mine, gripping tightly, looking her squarely in the eyes. No, I said I'm not going anywhere. Especially not now, silly. Her sight follows the mask, tracing every little bit of me, as if she's trying to memorize what I am now. I want to pull into myself, to conceal from her the thing that I've become. Her beautiful, sparkling eyes won't let me, though.
Oh,
Those
man.
captivating lilac portals stare deeper into me. Her lingering gaze, just as loving and gentle as it was all those years ago.
What about the scent of lavender?
I'm sorry, Kersey. I never meant to.
I know you didn't mean to. It's okay, I get it. I smile at her, or at least try to from behind the tattered hide. Her eyes beam up at me as she tries to stand. I help her to her hooves, twinges of fear and concern blooming in the sight of the blackening discoloration in the center of her chest. That alarm sharpens as I see it slowly expanding and creep out from her wound.
Aw, wasn't that just a lovely little moment?
I'm a race car. That was a genuine. Ooh, that was like. Alright, listen, y'all. Listen. I'm gonna end the video right here. Don't worry, there will be another video. You can watch it literally right after this. So shut up.